what a difference.
What? We just got into fine-tuning the launch mode of Jesko. Oh yeah, there's my Mazda MX-5 Miata.
Is that how you got here today?
Yeah, yeah.
Today we're going to do some world's first. We're going to dyno the Koenigsegg Jesko and see if it really makes 1600 horsepower. We're going to dyno the Koenigsegg Regera, and we are here at the Koenigsegg factory. And Christian is going to take us for a walk around and show us some areas that we were not able to cover last time because they've done a lot of work since then. You guys have to stay and check all of this stuff out. I promise this is going to be an awesome vlog. All right, hello gentlemen.
How are you?
Good to see you again, sir.
Likewise.
All right. Well, thanks so much for having us over. We really appreciate this.
Our pleasure.
For setting up the dynos, that we are thoroughly pumped.
Yeah, I've seen
Thank
your wild dyno sessions on YouTube.
Yes.
Pretty cool. So
yes, thanks.
Glad to have you here to show you what you can do.
Amazing. Very cool.
Up here we're doing a new design studio.
Yeah.
So we have a hoist where we can bring down the car into this room. This is a kind of our town hall.
Yeah.
This is where we did the Gemera launch. We did
Yep.
launch and so on. But with the design studio up there, we can hoist down the car and cover the windows here and get a really good perspective view of the designs while we're designing them. And then you can have them up there.
Your design studio now is so nice.
Yeah.
But it'll be even better.
Yeah, it'll be nice.
Very cool.
When you were here last, I'm not sure.
It was empty. There was just a parts counter.
Okay.
Oh, wow. What a difference.
What?
This is night and day in 6 months. There was literally just that parts counter way in the back and it was empty. You can see that it is totally empty right now. This is a whole functioning production line.
It's a bit different, right?
Wow.
So, and behind this, we're doing some remodeling already in the new factory here. We're doing kind of, how should we call it, our jewelry division there.
Okay.
It's a bit of a laboratory where we're making kind of the jewelry parts like the key, the lights, the pedal boxes, the mechanical shifters, maybe a watch and things like that. So that will be behind there.
Yeah, that's something I really respect about you guys is there's a lot of hypercar manufacturers out there that are largely a kit company, and you guys build a lot of parts right here in the house.
It's ground up. Even, I mean, everything, as you know, from transmission, engine, electrical motors, controller, software, harness, whatever it is, it's done in-house. Yeah. Designed and engineered and built. So here we have like an 11-station Jesko line where the cars become more and more finished. Yep. Here we do pre-production of front, rear subframes.
These are all Gemeras?
These are all Jeskos.
Oh, these are Jeskos. I'm sorry.
Yeah. This is the Jesko. We're going down to the Gemera line.
Jesko. Oh, okay. So this is going to be Jesko and Gemera in here.
Exactly. So the Jesko line is kind of from this corner down to their 11 station. Yep. And there you have what we call TDC, which is test drive area. So you have a monsoon in that corner there. So you can test the water ingress and so on, spraying from all directions. You go out to the test track drive, you wash it, go in there, and then you check everything over here and you cycle that until it's polished and delivered. The stations behind against the wall, that's called the Gemera. So Jesko here, and then Gemera there.
Very good. So, and we realized that Christian wasn't wearing a mic, so we got that fixed now for you guys. Hopefully the sound was okay.
Yeah. So
I should have been tipped off that they're Jeskos based upon there's only 2 seats.
Yeah, idiot.
You think that would have been enough?
For 4 persons in there.
You think that would have been enough, but no, not for me.
Yeah. So we have these stations right now. We're changing station every 4th day, and we're aiming for a 3-day tax, so more than 1 per week. Yeah. So that's really a speed up compared to before.
Absolutely.
And anyway, so we build the Jeskos from that side to there. The Gemera line, you can see a Gemera over there. It goes in it's more stations, like 14 stations, and it's like an S-shaped line. Okay. So they meet, the ends of the lines meet in this corner of the factory, and then they go out to test driving sort of together. So
I love the progression where you can just see a panoramic view of very base and then just more and more parts.
More and more finished,
it's so neat.
And you see a full car down there.
So neat.
It makes it easy to read. And here you can see all the sub-assemblies of side rockers, bumpers, doors, Venturis. And in that room over there, we were there last time you were here, we built the engines and transmissions.
Yeah, I remember.
So they are fed into here as well.
That's still happening.
Yes, absolutely. So here we have the start of the Gemera line. So we're now building a chassis every 3rd week of the Gemera. Okay. And we're speeding that up. So after the summer, every 2nd week. Yeah. In the autumn, every week. Yeah. And then every 2nd day, beginning of next year, so it's a speed up. We can start here where we see...
These are still all production, or they're not production, they're
the pre-production, but they're production spec. But it's kind of validation of production test car build. Yeah. So we can see if you dive under here. Yeah. So this is where it kind of starts, where we make the monocoques. Here we have the Jesko monocoque line, over here, where we bond the monocoques together. Yeah. So they come from the tub being bonded to the dashboard carcass.
So you guys, I don't think I've seen a place that we've been to all of the hypercar places at this point. Nobody actually does their own monococks, but you guys probably source them and then assemble them together?
No, we manufacture the parts.
Oh, you are manufacturing the monococks?
So we have our carbon fiber facility here.
Yeah.
And then I think it was about 10 years ago, we acquired a very small company in Spain that made some parts for us with like 7 people. There were 6-7 people. Now we're 60 people there, fully owned subsidiary, 3 autoclaves, and we're making the monococks there.
That's fantastic.
And then we bond them together here.
Very cool.
So it's in-house in the sense it's Koenigsegg, but the layup of the carbon is done by our fully owned subsidiary.
No, it's Koenigsegg nonetheless.
Koenigsegg,
I think that's the first place that manufactures their own monococks that I know of. Very cool.
And here is the Jesko one. So this is bigger. You can see this jig to hold it together, where everything bonds together is much bigger. You put the different parts, you slide it together, and you can see this one is just coming out of that jig.
That's very intimidating. You're still targeting 4 6'6" tall adults?
Absolutely, that's no difference.
Or the average male height out here,
exactly.
Basically.
But here's under the skin, and this will just be full of cars in a few months, as we're feeding on new chassis all the time.
That's exciting.
So it's very, very exciting.
What a difference in here versus just 6 months ago. Amazing. These are all Euro specs at this point?
Yeah, we're actually we have US on the line.
Okay.
And we're planning to bring the first US car to Monterey Car Week as a kickoff for the US deliveries.
Excellent timing. I love it. We'll be there. Cool.
It's exciting. Yeah, that's a big step. US is always a big step.
Yeah, I believe it.
Because all the regulation is so different, so it's always like a birthing process. It keeps us on our toes. You know, it's basically no difference in regulation to the big OEMs, and we're small, so you really have to kind of make a big effort. Yeah. But it's so nice to have the cars in the US as well. So
the harder that it is to get something done, the harder it is for someone to compete with you. That's what I've always looked at. So
that's also true.
Who knows? Very cool.
So let's have a look at the Jesko for Goodwood. We also have a little test track here.
Oh, I see.
So
do some drifting out here. I see some burnouts. I love it.
Yeah, we just kind of got into fine-tuning the launch mode of Jesko, and as you can see there, and our cars are over-the-air updatable. So we had a decent launch. It was okay, but we felt there's more in it. So last week we did some launches here, and we managed on this tarmac here with 1 foot rollout 2.7 seconds on a rear-wheel drive car.
Wow.
And without a rollout 2.91.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good.
That's fantastic.
For a rear-wheel drive car.
100%.
And on the test track, with a not perfect launch, we did a 9.5 quarter mile.
That's exceptionally fast.
On a rear-wheel drive car again.
Look at the huge Koenigsegg. Like the job you do in branding is better than any other manufacturer. I just got to let you know. Taking a quick break from the Koenigsegg dyno video because my Koenigsegg back here at home needs gas. And as you all know, I pay a lot of money for gas. And that's why we've teamed up today with Upside to sponsor today's video. Now, this free Upside app gets you cash back on daily essentials like gas, groceries, and dining. And there are over 100,000 gas stations, grocery stores, and restaurants on the Upside app, ensuring that cash back is always just around the corner. And that is real cash back. No confusing rewards, points, or credits. Just actual money you can transfer straight to your bank account. Frequent Upside users earn an average of $340 a year. To find out how much you can earn, click the link in the description to download Upside and use my promo code Hamilton and get an extra 25 cents back on every gallon of your first tank of gas. Now, after you download that app, claim an offer for whatever you're buying on Upside, then pay as usual with a credit or debit card. Follow the steps in the app and get paid. Now, people can earn 3 times more cash back with Upside than any other product, and this includes loyalty programs and credit card rewards. $1 million cash is being earned each week by users, and top Upside earners are earning $300 a month. Go download that app and start saving some money. To find out how much you can earn, click the link in the description to download Upside and use code Hamilton to get an extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas. Or scan the QR code here to claim this offer.
Oh yeah, there's my Mazda MX-5 Miata.
Oh, that's your personal one?
Yeah, exactly.
Is that how you got here today?
Yeah. I only live 5 minutes away, so I bought that when I was 19 years old.
You should drop a Koenigsegg motor in there.
Yeah, exactly.
World's first to be added with the Koenigsegg motor.
And we're on an airport, of course.
Yeah. That thing just took off from like 200 feet away from us.
This is a pretty cool car. We just renovated this. There was this floods, what was it called in Florida, like 1.5 years ago?
Oh, was that part of like the same one that took the P1?
Yeah, exactly. So this was kind of going up for, it was, I guess, salvage or whatever you call it. So we didn't want it to float around. It's so complicated car with all the 800 volts electronics and things. We didn't want anyone to meddle with it. So we picked it up, took it apart, refreshed everything, and now it looks like this. Well, so it's now it's like a brand new, nice car again.
Exposed carbon is the way to go.
It's
says the guy who's never done exposed carbon.
One of these days.
I've literally never done exposed carbon. One day.
This is the record car from last year.
Oh, cool.
0 to 250 miles per hour in 21 point something. I remember the 400 kilometer per hour, which is 20.8. So
that's scary fast.
It is for a rear-wheel drive car again to get that kind of acceleration. Is impressive, I think.
And I've felt the acceleration with mine. It's incredible. Not really feeling. I don't even know how to explain because it kind of shifts, but it doesn't shift. Like it's,
right.
I don't know if it's like sliding down like the cone or like I don't know.
There's no cone.
There's
I'll
no
show you what it
Oh, that would be fantastic. Yeah. I would love to be able to explain how my transmission works, but I'm
so
downshifting.
Simple.
Yeah.
That it's complicated to wrap your head around.
Perfect. Good.
It's more like that.
I can't wait to see that. Then cool. And this is the one that you guys are going to throw in the dyno.
Yeah, this is the one going in the dyno for you guys.
Very good. The world record car on the dyno.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. This is kind of like a new, like we didn't really get to kind of go on this part. This part we probably saw.
So here we have more Jesko chassis. These are for homologation testing. We're building them for crash testing, things like that.
How many do you have to build before you can build the first production model?
I think we're building like 6 or 7 crash cars and about 15, 16 pre-production cars and 3 show cars.
That's just crazy.
Are you able to repair the crash cars?
We only repair them for more crashing. Okay. For example, if you crash from the front, if you do a front crash and everything is fine behind the bulkhead, and you do a rear crash, you don't need to do anything there. You just smack it in the rear.
Yeah.
And then if you do the side and it breaks a little bit, maybe you repair that a bit to do another rear. Yeah. And then after a while, it's kind of too banged up to do anything.
That's what she said.
So it's more just to if you have normal cars, it's cheaper just to do a front, throw it away.
Yeah.
But here they're so expensive, so you have to take care of a little bit of that and then do another test.
Yeah, this is roughly 60 to 70 GM cars just in one of these things.
Exactly.
He's like, yeah.
Here we have in black and white, I guess. Yeah, this is what's going to Goodwood.
Wow. Ooh, oh, that's right, because you're sending it to Goodwood. Wow.
Yeah.
Are you guys really using polished components for? Is that a typical?
Yeah. This is what it looks like. So
that's kind of nice.
It is nice, yeah. Huge bearings. These are the same as on the Jesko. We have had for the last 20 years the biggest bearing in the industry. It's 240 millimeter dual contact bearings. And why do you want a big bearing? I mean, of course, it's heavier and it's more expensive. So those are 2 bad things.
Yeah.
But at high speed, you get less friction and less heat. And in cornering, you get less deflections. You get better wheel control.
Awesome.
So 3 very good things against a little bit heavier. But you get that stability and control and heat control. And I can show you over here. Cool. So there we have one of the driving Jesko prototypes. I think I showed you last time. We can show you that again. But this is pretty cool over here. This is the wiring in a Jesko and the controllers. This is like it's called an iron horse. So it's the low voltage stuff, not the high voltage stuff. So here we can test dry run all the functions and over-the-air updates and everything in a much easier way than in a car. So trying out new controls and things. And what you see here, that's inside there. This is the new Jesko engine controller we developed. Okay. So this is normally what like Bosch or Visteon does. We do this in-house for full OBD, US, everything for the engine. It's sort of unheard of. Yeah. And that's the next generation. And that's what it looks like inside.
Yes.
Amazing.
This is another overwhelming area where you're like,
and these small controllers, when you look at kind of the population of features and functions, is just wild.
Look at the brand on the stuff you never see. They have the Koenigsegg logo. I won't touch that. I know static can mess it up. Here, like it's stuff that you really will never see. but it's just you love the brand. You want to make sure that you put your mark on it, so it's there.
And the reason why we do this is, well, we learned how to do like a simple system 20 years ago, and then for something we needed, and then we needed another one and another one, and then we started benchmarking. If we try to outsource this, what's the cost?
Yeah.
And what's the flexibility? And how much do we learn for the next thing? Not a lot.
Yeah.
So then we'd rather set up the department doing it, and now it's, I wouldn't say it's like flowing water, but it's like, oh, we need another one. Okay, let's learn from this one. Boom, here you go, a prototype like 2 months later. Wow, okay. And it's like so much more less resistance than having to try to convince some other company do exactly what we want.
I think what I've learned most is about controlling the timeline. Like quality, I think other factories may be able to achieve, price maybe, but prioritization for your brand, I think that's where the biggest benefit comes.
Exactly. And then something, oh, actually we changed our mind, or this doesn't really work.
Oh, that's it,
And then you pick up the phone and say, hey, what's that? Actually, we're kind of busy, and now you're changing the spec, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we want to change the spec, but we didn't agree to that, right? Okay, so then you have all of that friction instead of, let's just do it.
Yeah.
Right?
I love it.
So that's the big benefit, I would say. Here we have inverter development, we have the dynos in here. What we didn't show you maybe was the battery development, if you're interested.
Yeah, for sure. And then you were going to show me the transmission too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I truly want to see how that thing works.
So here we have a e-motor lab. So that's a dark matter prototype there that goes into the Gemera.
Oh, that's right.
And here you can see, actually we haven't really presented, you see it says Bulldog here.
Yeah.
So we did the Terrier as the first version. This is the Bulldog going
Bulldog's
into.
a little more strong sounding.
It's a combination. This is our 6-phase inverter. This is our torque vectoring unit here, and then you have on the side coming on here you have the dark matter motor. So it's the most compact torque vectoring e-motor inverter setup compared to power and torque we've ever seen, and that's going into the Gemera. Oh, these are pretty cool.
No, these are pretty cool. Just random.
This is part of the tourbillon transmission for the Gemera. So when we introduced the Gemera with the V8 and the 9-speed last year, we made a version of our transmission from the Jesko where we wrap it around the engine to make it fit and make it 4-wheel drive and add in the electrical motor. And we started seeing all the gears and cogs and the way it was laid up. It was like a complicated Swiss watch. So then we added the light-speed tourbillon transmission to celebrate kind of the complexity of Swiss watchmaking. So these are actually the gear cassettes going on the side of the engine. So you have the output shaft here for one wheel, then you have the transmission here and another one wrapping around an output shaft. So you can have the engine slightly in front of the rear axle, but still crossing the rear axle, and otherwise nothing would fit. So this is really kind of an invention to make that work.
So how much of this stuff do you put like your personal, like, are you looking at all, or are you giving your check mark to all these big decisions basically?
All the big decisions, I would say, absolutely. But
something like that. That's
Plus I go in and look at, okay, so what were you thinking here, and what did you do here? Why does it look like this?
Yeah.
Maybe this, shouldn't that be a little bit thicker or a little bit thinner? Yeah, we simulated it. Can you check the simulation? Like just giving my feedback of experience. Because when I started designing cars 100 years ago, I did it on pen and paper. Didn't have any computer. And you kind of learned in the beginning what works or not emotionally. Now we're doing it more mathematically. But I like to add that kind of emotional layer of, does this feel right or not? You know.
Of course.
So this is kind of the innards of a pre-production pack for the Gemera.
This whole thing is one pack?
Don't touch it.
Oh, I will not touch it.
Yeah, this is the size of the whole pack, exactly. Yeah. And this is Mehmet who runs battery development. It's very compact, very light for what it is. A lot of innovation going in to make it simpler, safer, lessons learned, this kind of thing.
Is the goal to replace single cells whenever there's a problem versus entire?
I would say we have 12 modules, and we would not go into the modules. You would change the module if you need to.
All right.
If
still cheaper than replacing all 12.
Exactly, and that you can open it up and take a module out. It's like Lego bricks kind of thing.
Very cool.
Yeah, so this is kind of the miniature factory, and then I'll show you what it will be. So this used to be the Jesko final line, so that's all move over there. This will be the CC850, first customer car coming online here in August, and by the end of the year you will see 6 cars here. So this is our lowest This is the original production line for Koenigsegg in this facility. And now it will be the lowest kind of most extreme car production line with the lowest volume.
So at some point you'll have Yeskos, CCA50s, and the
Gemera,
Gemera
3 lines up and running by the end of the year.
Yeah, that's
from 1
incredible.
to 3.
That's incredible.
We're revamping this for the battery production. So we do module and battery and testing everything in here. So this is
they get both. They get both rooms?
These both rooms. Okay. And this is anti-static floor, and then a lot of special equipment in here for this kind of purpose.
Okay.
So next time you're back, this will be probably full of stuff.
Factory Tour V3.0.
Here we have a bit of a building site, because in a week or two there will be a big hole here with just a big glass window for the new design studio.
Yep.
So they will have this wonderful view over the airport and everything, and get a lot of light in for the full-scale models. So we can start here. This is kind of the key. Actually, we can see through there. That's good. Okay. So this is the key to the function.
Very different looking than a torque converter, actually.
It is a torque converter, but I renamed it to Hydra Coupe because it's the most extreme torque converter. Yes. And why Hydra Coupe? Because it's a torque converter. It's an hydraulic coupling. This is on the engine side. It's bolted sort of to a flywheel kind of plate, and inside here, going through here from the rear axle, you have a shaft that sort of goes to it's sort of a turbine propeller sitting in this void, and it's covered here and it's full of oil. So when this spins with the engine, it starts spinning the oil in here, and eventually you start spinning this sort of impeller thing that goes out to there and to the rear axle. So it's an hydraulic coupling. When it spins, if you're driving a normal car, if you release the brake, it starts creeping forward a bit. It's because this is spinning slowly, and it's making this thing here spin slowly a little bit, but you can hold against it, and that drives the rear wheels and the gearbox. And when this starts spinning faster, the hydraulic oil becomes almost rigid and starts forcing this other thing to spin faster as well. And then we have a clutch here locking it up, like a traditional clutch, a wet clutch in here. Sure. So when you get up to speed and you lift off, it locks up. And then you're in direct drive, as we call it. And you have this KDD lamp turning on. And then when that lights up, you feel, and then you're locked into the only gear you have, which is sort of like the 7th gear. So you're at the highway, you're maybe around 2,000 RPM or something. And then if you floor it up and down, you're just locked into the 7th gear. But if you floor it, we unlock that clutch, and then you're into torque converter mode again, and then you rev up. I see. Because you make yourself free from the only gear you have. And that's how it works.
Well, it's incredible. It's a unique feeling that I've never felt.
That's what she said.
Yeah, so I guess Jesko dyno time.
Let's go do it.
Yeah, enjoy. I'll see you in a little while.
Thank you, appreciate it. So we have yet to see their dyno setup. We're gonna walk out there and check it out right now. Oh yeah. This is much nicer than the stuff we've used in the past. Good ventilation.
Yeah, it's the best. Yeah.
Is that blowing air? That blows air? Yeah.
Yeah, that's for the front fans, or the side fans as well. So.
Wow. Oh, you guys are blowing air everywhere. I love it.
Yeah, that's important. We have the intercoolers on the side of the car, so that's why we need extra air there.
And it simulates more real world.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're going to be going 200 miles. Yeah, that makes sense.
Exactly. Yeah.
Really nice.
So it's electric dyno. So you have these big cables controlling the power.
Okay.
So we actually make power.
Oh, it's hub mounted, yeah.
Yeah, and we make power from the car. So we're powering these, and it's actually sent to the grid, and we can use it like in the factory, like the power production, by running the car. So we're actually doing like good things in here.
Yes, and one of the mistakes we made with the Rimac dyno was everyone said we should have done a hub dyno. Instead, we did we'll cut to that and we'll show you what we did. But oh my God. They're doing the actual hub dyno that everybody seems to prefer and say will give us more realistic numbers. So
even if this is a rear-wheel drive car, we have the fronts hook up.
Yeah.
So if we want, we can also spin the front wheels with the dyno, so we can simulate driving outside on a road, and it's fully simulated for road load and.
It's pretty awesome. Whatever you get, whatever works best.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it.
We also need to move these around when we mount the car, so you kind of position them. And these are over 3 tons. This is 3.5 tons, so 7,000 pounds.
This is where I'd
so
usually
it's-
make a Tommy's mom joke, but I'm not going to do that.
Love you, Mom.
We can't put that in there.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, they're pretty cool. Like you can turn on some air cushions and you can just move them around by yourself. 3.5 tons. Just
Air
hover.
cushions?
Yeah, it's like a hovercraft.
All right.
What?
Very cool.
It's a cool.
We should do that after. Turn them into hovercrafts and just ride around the power generators.
hover off with the car.
Nice.
One each.
Cool. This is your live view into the results.
Yes.
What does the big red button do? Does that shut it down right away?
What does this button do? I want it.
Kind of right away. It does a ramp down, so we're not going to
Okay.
use it, but it's there.
No, I
can
got
use
you.
it.
Good to have.
Yeah. But otherwise, we control the dyno just from
Yeah.
these two monitors. Also have this small one to control fans, but otherwise we do all the controls here. And said we can control basically everything in there. So we can make
That is insane.
road load simulations. We can simulate driving on some winding roads up and
Yeah.
down to simulate the aero load and like hills,
Yep.
slopes, everything.
So you'll still have him driving, hitting the accelerator, but you're in here changing road conditions and other
Yeah,
things.
like
That's-
changing the load, like the resistance.
Yeah.
So
That's super cool.
it's
This is
very fun.
10 times better than any setup we've ever used. Very nice. I'm excited. Let's do it.
let's do it. Yeah.
I love the burbles.
I know.
1,374 horsepower on the hubs. So
Very
if
nice.
you do
Power loss?
15% power loss.
16 horsepower.
Oh yeah.
Very nice. What do you guys have it advertised at?
1,600 exactly. So we're better.
Overperformed.
A little bit, yeah.
I don't know anything about that. That room was way too well insulated, so we asked them if we could come outside. They moved that 3-pipe thingy, and we now have full unobstructed access to the back of this, and they're gonna do one more pull. And this is why we flew all the way out here to Sweden. Really, it was for this Jesko. We're gonna get to see the Regera too, but this is the moment we've been waiting for. I now can't wait for mine to come.
Oh my God,
That's
so
so
cool.
much better outside. It's so insulated.
Yes. That was so cool. That was the best dyno I think ever.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Dude, that's nuts.
It was so much
What?
louder in here.
Did you see the mic blow away? The mic moved.
That
like
one's so much louder in here.
What?
1548.
That's pretty
Under
good.
promise, over deliver. Koenigsegg.
Crazy.
Very nice. We should go outside now and do that, yeah? Yeah? All right, cool.
Yeah.
I asked him if it was at, like, changed exhaust. That's the factory exhaust. It's so much louder than the Jesko. This is going to blow the mic away.
I know, I'm stoked. That sound, it's so deep.
Man, that makes me want to get home and go whip around my Koenigsegg Regera.
Dude,
That's what that makes me want
that's
to do.
insane.
That's awesome. Let's see what that one pulled. Similar power?
Even a bit more.
Even a bit more that time? What?
Yeah, it likes me.
1330, all right, you got like 13, 14 more. 1564.
Yeah.
That is what I'm talking about.
Back to back.
And that is impressive. Well done, guys. A testimony to your team building an amazing vehicle. I love it. Thank you so much for doing the dyno pose. You guys are amazing. Thank you, Peter, for having us.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much, sir. And there you have it, guys. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and thanks so much for watching.